Hi, everyone. It's Jessica from Afro-Vegan Society, and welcome to week 3 of Veguary. I am so excited to be back with you for another live cooking demo. We're going to be cooking up some delicious food featuring the one of the prizes from Veguary. This is today's featured prize. Now, we've had so many prizes that we featured as giveaways for Veguary so far. So you need to make sure that you have taken the Veguary pledge and that you are following us on Instagram or Facebook to enter our giveaways. All of the giveaways, even when we've released them at the beginning of the month or happening today, they all run through the end of the month. So you can go and enter as many times as you like once you follow us and you are taking the Veguary pledge. So today's featured prize is a new product called Simply Eggless. So this is a great product because it is a vegan egg replacement. It is liquid. It comes in the refrigerator section, and you can use it for all kinds of delicious dishes that you want to make eggless now that you are eating more plant-based foods. So scrambles, omelets, if you want to make quiche. And today we're going to be using it to make scramble, to make breakfast tacos, and we're also going to be making French toast. So yeah, these recipes are super simple, and hopefully they'll give you some inspiration to try breakfast for dinner tonight, maybe. You can also use this as a replacement if you're baking or anything like that. And I see you, Nicole. Hi, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, today's product is Simply Eggless, and we are going to get started right away. So the first thing that I'm actually going to make is the French toast. So to make this, I actually haven't done this before, but it's pretty simple because one egg replacement of Simply Eggless is 3 tablespoons of this Simply Eggless liquid. And so the ingredients are super simple. The main ingredients are water and Lupin beans. So this is a bean-based egg replacement. So it's made from natural plants. And it's also nice because it uses 1 chicken egg for 3 tablespoons of this liquid, and it uses 95% less water to produce. So this is a more eco-friendly, healthier choice because it's naturally cholesterol free, because all plant foods are. So it's a great option to try, and you can win it today if you go to our Facebook or Instagram to enter the giveaway. Please enter the giveaways. You really have a great chance of entering because honestly, we haven't had that many entries on them yet. So take advantage of that. Do your entries, enter as many times as you like, tag your family and friends, and encourage them to go vegan with you for Veguary so you can win some cool prizes. So hey, everybody. Hey, hello. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm starting off by making French toast. So I'm going to start off by adding about 1/4 cup of this to a bowl. And then we're going to spice it up, right? That's what French toast is all about. It's a battered bread that you heat up on a griddle or a skillet. So I'm going to set my pan to about 300 degrees, 275. And we have about 1/4 cup of Simply Eggless here. And I'm going to start off by adding a pinch of black salt. So I just tested a scramble of this. I just scrambled up like a couple tablespoons of this, and it is pretty flavorless. So that's good because you can build your flavors as you like. So one of the best ways to add eggy flavor to plant-based dishes is to use black salt. So this is a dish or a seasoning that's derived from India. And it has like a bit of a sulfuric taste, like something about it being cured near sulfur imparts that eggy flavor. So this is a great dish. You can get it online at vegan markets, and you can get it at Indian groceries if you happen to have any in your area. And it's really, really affordable there. So like this salt, this jar was full, and the package cost me like $3. So super affordable if you just go straight to the source and go to your Indian grocery. So I'm going to do a pinch here, maybe about 1/4 teaspoon. We don't want it to be too salty. Then I'm going to go in with about a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I smell that that salt is powerful. I smell that sulfur eggy smell right away. Next, I'm going to go in with a few dashes of cinnamon. This is about 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon. And then I'm going to go in with the nutmeg. So I've been seeing recipes online of people making French toast, and they're not using any nutmeg. And I'm like, is it French toast if you're not using nutmeg? I don't know. French toast needs nutmeg. And I've recently also, when I've been exploring the spice aisle, started buying the whole nutmegs. So I just grate it fresh. It has a much more potent flavor. So it's really delicious. So I'm going to grate this in. And I'm probably going to do about quarter to a half teaspoon. So grated in my fresh nutmeg, and it's just that simple. Now, because this is liquid based, you don't have to add any milk. It's already got a very loose consistency. So you don't want to add any extra liquid to this when you are cooking it up. So we're just going to mix this really well. Make sure everything's well combined. Some other great flavors that would taste amazing are in here is like some lemon zest or some orange zest, maybe a little bit of orange juice. Get all those really good breakfast flavors into your French toast batter. Yes, I see I have some people who agree with me in the comments. You have to have nutmeg in your French toast batter. What are you guys doing? Add the nutmeg. Okay, so we have this batter all whipped up. So now I'm going to spray. Ooh, the griddle is smoking. This thing gets really hot. So I'm going to turn this down to warm. And let me do my bread first because I don't want the oil to burn. So I just have some whole wheat bread. You can use whatever kind of bread you like. Gluten-free bread. Just make sure there's no eggs or anything like that in it. But any bread that you like will do. And you can see, I hope you can see how this is just coating the bread super nicely. So even fewer steps than making traditional French toast with animal products, you can have your French toast on the griddle because you don't have to crack any eggs, right? You don't have to, you don't have to crack any eggs. You don't have to add any milk of any kind, plant-based, it's just one product and a few spices, all you need to get a really delicious slice or some really delicious slices of French toast. Okay. And as you can see, I approximated, but about a quarter cup of the Simply Eggless was the perfect amount for 2 slices of French toast. So I'm going to let those cook up a little bit and wipe my hands off. And I'm going to tell you about the next recipe that we're going to be making today. So to go along with our delicious French toast, we are also going to be having some breakfast tacos. It is Tuesday. Some call it Taco Tuesday. So I thought it would be a fun way to enjoy some Simply Eggless. And so I have lots of delicious toppings already chopped up and prepped. So I have some kale. I have some pickled red onions. I made these myself. This is one of my favorite condiments. All you need is 1 large red onion that you thinly slice and then soak for at least 4 hours, but probably overnight, in the juice of 4 limes and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. It's just crunchy, it's tangy, it's my favorite thing. And I don't really like pickled things like this, but I love pickled red onions. And then I also have 1 diced Roma tomato. So these are going to be part of our taco toppings. And what else do we have? And then we have this just platter of green beautifulness, right? So we've got some avocado, some scallions, some limes, and some cilantro. So these are all the toppings that we'll be using to make our tacos. But once again, this is going to be another super, super simple recipe. So we've got our French toast cooking on the griddle. It honestly probably only takes like 2 to 3 minutes on each side, depending on what temperature you're cooking at. So the sizzle has slowed down. So I'm going to crank the heat back up. And let's see what people are thinking. Have you had breakfast for dinner since you started eating vegan food? What's your favorite breakfast for dinner combo? For me, French toast is top in terms of like the bread things, but I also really, really love waffles, especially Belgian waffles. And my waffle maker broke a couple months ago, so I haven't had waffles in a long time. So yeah, waffles are one of my go-tos. I like quiche because it's kind of brunchy, so it's savory and you can eat it any time of the day. So I like quiche, and I love, 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 love sweet potato hash. I like to roast my sweet potato hash, put in bell peppers, onions, kale, smoked paprika, garlic, onion, all the good stuff. So I think those are my top 3, but I'm excited to be stepping out of the box today to try some different options for breakfast for dinner. So in the comments, let me know, what are you liking to eat for breakfast for dinner? Have you done vegan breakfast for dinner? Or is there something that you're craving since you started Veguary or since you went vegan or eating more plant-based that you can't figure out how to make? Let me know, because I develop recipes for our website. So I like a challenge. Let me know what you're craving. All right. So, like I said, after 2 to 3 minutes, these are ready to flip, and they flip with ease. It didn't really take too much oil. This is a really nice nonstick surface too. This is ceramic line. So if you're cooking with a great nonstick pan, you really won't have too much drama when you're trying to flip your food over. But actually, so I can multitask, what I'm going to do is move my French toast over to the side. And then what am I going to do? So these eggs are going to cook quick. These eggs, these vegan eggs, these eggless eggs are going to cook really fast. So I'm trying to decide what I should put on the grill next. I think I'm going to go ahead and add my tortillas. I'm using corn tortillas for my breakfast tacos. I talked about this in the last live, but I love corn tortillas. They're my fave, but they taste better warm. It's better that you eat them warm. So I'm going to heat these on the griddle. And then it's time to get down with scrambling our Simply Eggless for our breakfast tacos. So the flavorings that I'm going to use for that are more of this black salt. And it's really pink, but it's called black. So I've seen other black salts out there that are like, I don't know. They're actually black though. They're like Hawaiian black salt, and it's pretty, and it probably has some really nice smoky taste, but it does not taste like the egg. So be careful. You want the pink black salt, but it's Indian, so it'll also have an Indian name. Let's see. I've got some onion powder, some garlic powder, and I have a little bit of turmeric. I might put in a little bit. I'm going to keep it simple though for the most part. And actually, you know what else I want? I want some smoked paprika. Let me grab that. All right, and smoked paprika. So you may notice that I have like coconut oil jars and spaghetti jars that I have my spices in. I buy my spices in bulk whenever I can. It's more affordable, and you know, it's less plastic that you use. And then I just save my jars. And when I buy a whole lot of a certain spice, I'll just store them in jars. And it makes it easier to find them because you're like, oh yeah, I can see it. So save your jars, put your spices in. All right, so I've been talking. It's time to flip these tortillas because you don't need to cook them long. If you cook them too long, they will get tough. So let's flip our tortillas and let's check on our French toast right quick. Let's see how it's doing. Oh, our French toast is done. So I'm going to put it on a plate and plate it up nice and pretty. And let's put some agave nectar on top. So obviously maple syrup is my favorite topping to put on French toast, but I have some agave nectar, the dark brown, and just a light drizzle of this. All right. And we have a beautiful plate of French toast that took just like 10 minutes. I've only been on live for like 13 minutes. So French toast in about 10 minutes. Amazing. So quick and easy and delicious and vegan. All right. So tortillas are heating. I'm going to pull these too. I think they're done. I don't want to overdo them. Well, uh-oh. The thing is, though, they collect moisture. So they either get tough or they get really fragile. So I'm going to let the ones that were in the middle heat up a little bit. Ooh, hot steam. Okay. Oh, okay. So Jacinda says that the sulfur black salt turns pink as it's ground up. Okay, so that's helpful to know. So it looks black when it's in the bigger chunks. That's interesting. Beautiful. Okay, so stack these up and let's go ahead and pull these off. They're warm. All right. All right, tortillas. All right, so this is the last piece. The last and final part of making our components of our breakfast tacos is going ahead and making our scramble. So I'm going to turn this heat down. I don't even need to add any more oil because like I said, my ceramic cooker. Oh, okay. So you might want to cook this in a skillet because when you're cooking it on a flat surface, it will pop up. I'm new at this. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. All right. So we've got our scramble popping. We're going to put in a bit of garlic powder. And let's turn the heat down a little bit because I don't want it to overcook. So a little bit of garlic powder, just a kiss, just a smooch. A little bit of onion powder. I've never used these before, apparently. Okay, a little bit of onion powder. There we go. And then I'm going to do a little bit of turmeric, just a tiny bit. Turmeric is one of those things that it has a distinct flavor. Some would call it earthy. I like to cook with it because it does add something nice to it, but it can take over your flavors really quickly. So I'm being very sparing with that. Same with the smoked paprika. And then our black salt. A nice pinch of this. I'm not using exact measurements. You can always eyeball things, and you can always, spice gradually as you go, and then add more if you need it. You can always add more, but you cannot take it away. So yes, gradual is the way to go. All right, so this is setting up on the griddle already. And let's see if they have cooking instructions here. They don't even have cooking instructions on the bottle because it really is that intuitive. You really don't have to think that hard. Once you season it and it hits the heat, it scrambles just like what you're used to. This is my first time cooking with this product. I've tried others, and I would say that it's comparable. I definitely prefer the liquid egg replacers to the powdered ones. The powdered ones are nice for things like baking and stuff, but in terms of like making scrambles, they're a little bit more finicky. But this is like really, 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 really simple to use. I will say though, when I started pouring it on, I had it in like a thinner layer. And then I went back and put more on and made it a thicker layer. Definitely cook thin. Cook thin, and then it'll cook through faster, as opposed to like making the layer too thick. So smaller batches is probably the way to go if you're cooking on the stovetop. If you're making something like a quiche where it's going to be baked in the oven for like 30 minutes anyway, you'll be fine because it'll have plenty of time to cook through. But yeah, all right. But it's coming together very nicely. So what I'm going to do is stop messing with it. I'm just going to let it cook up on the griddle. It basically just needs to dry out and set up a little bit more. So I'm going to give it some space to do that. And I'm going to start assembling my tacos. So let's move a few items out the way. Make sure you all can see what's going on here. Right? And here we go. So we've got our tortillas. I'm going to arrange them so that they kind of prop each other up. All right. See, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to get easily 6 breakfast tacos out of this. And so let me find the bottle I use. So I've made 2 pieces of French toast, and I'm making breakfast tacos for 6 from this one bottle, and I still have at least 1 to 2 servings left. So you get a good amount for per bottle. Okay, so let's start by adding some kale to all of our tacos. Got to get our greens in. Let's turn this heat down a bit. Flip this over. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Actually, what I'm going to do all right, I'm just going to turn that off because the residual heat from the griddle will finish cooking those through. So, like I was saying, I'm going to start off by adding kale to the base because it's just good practice in life to try to get in some greens at every meal. And knowing me, I would also likely serve this up with some sort of salad or vegetable on the side too, just to make sure I'm getting in plenty of greens because they have so many nutrients and so much fiber. And eating plants is the beauty of eating this way. So we just need to find ways to incorporate them however we can. Oh, spinach would also be really good. I had some romaine lettuce in there, but I was like, I don't think romaine lettuce goes on breakfast tacos. Spinach would be excellent, but kale will also work because they're going to give these some body, some chew, and I think make them really filling. So we got that. Got our kale in here. Next, I'm going to add in some tomatoes. Pull this over here. Tomatoes. Okay. And these are some of my favorite toppings to put on tacos, but honestly, you can put anything in a tortilla and call it a taco. So let me know, what do you like to eat on your tacos? I like it all. I always have some sort of leafy green, tomatoes or bell pepper. I like to get in a herb of some sort, something like with some tang, like a vegan sour cream, or today I'm using pickled red onions. So I like to get something crunchy, something creamy, something juicy, something saucy. So it's just about getting a nice balance of different types of textures and flavors when I'm building my tacos. So let me know, how do you like to build your tacos? What are your favorite toppings? And yeah, it's also like just trial and error and learning things, like there are so many benefits to being able to access, a lot of like pre-made vegan products at the store. But sometimes if you don't have access to them, you become creative and you create versions of things with items that you always have around that are, in my opinion, sometimes more delicious than the store items. Like my sunflower seed sour cream is so good and it's super affordable because sunflower seeds are one of the most affordable like nuts and seeds that you can buy, and you can use them for so many things. And this scramble is looking beautiful. Look at all the colors. We got our yellow, red, and green. So that's another thing. When you're eating plants, try to eat as much variety in color as you can, because different plants have different nutrients. And so when you're eating a good balance of different colors and textures and all types of things like that, you're getting a nice balance of nutrients in your meal. So eat colorfully. All right. Okay, so we got our scramble in. Boom. Looking amazing. All right, and then what should we do next? Let's do avocado next. Avocado is giving our creaminess to this taco. So like I said, I like something crunchy, something chewy, something saucy, something tangy, and avocado is giving me the creamy. Ooh, okay, I see people saying they like spinach, red cabbage, red onions, avocado, tomatoes. Yes, delicious. Okay, yes. So we're getting our avocado on here. So yeah, 1/2 of an avocado is enough for 6 breakfast tacos. Now, here's a good question. I'm going to put myself out there with this one. How many tacos can you eat at once? I can probably do, if I'm hungry, I can do 3. I used to think I could do more, but I can never eat more than 3. Not that 3 is a small amount. I mean, look at this plate. So, 3 is enough. But yeah, I like to think I can eat more than that. I'm like, ooh, tacos. I'm about to eat all these. I can only do 3. So next up, we're going to do our pickled red onion. So this is giving some nice pink color. These are so good. Ooh, I love these. I actually had these for the first time when I studied abroad in Mexico as an undergrad to learn Spanish. And they would have these trays like this, actually, that would have different condiments on them. So they would have the limes and the cilantro, scallions and pickled red onions. And they would also have sliced up radishes. And so they would serve it with black bean soup and just about every meal, just like tortillas. And so I think that's where my love for pickled red onions started. And I didn't realize how easy they were to make until recently. So now I always have them in my fridge. Okay, cilantro. Here we go. Some cilantro. Yum. And then finish it off with some scallions. You don't have to be that precise about getting all this stuff inside the tortilla because it's going to fall out when you're eating it anyway. All right. So here we have it, our beautiful plate of breakfast tacos. I hope you all can see this. So here we have our beautiful plate of breakfast tacos. And what are we at? $3.25. So I made delicious vegan French toast and 6 amazingly overflowing, beautiful breakfast tacos in under 30 minutes using simply Eggless. This product is super amazing and it is delicious. Let me taste it on camera. The texture is nice. It's really like light and soft. So it won't really scramble super hard. You know how sometimes when you eat scrambled eggs, it can be like kind of burnt and rubbery. This does not have that texture. I seasoned everything lightly, but I used a good amount of seasoning, so it is nice and flavorful. Super delicious. So enter our giveaway to win yourself some today, so you can make your very own French toast and breakfast tacos for dinner. But this is not the only way that you can make these dishes. You could use tofu to make this tofu scramble and make breakfast tacos. You know, you can use banana or coconut to make your French toast. There's so many different ways to enjoy these dishes, but here's a quick and easy way using Simply Eggless. So I hope you all enjoyed these recipes. I hope you give them a try. Let me know if you want the write-ups, and I will work to get them on the Afro-Vegan Society website. But once again, I appreciate you coming out, participating, giving me your feedback, and I will see you next Thursday for an all-new live cooking demo. So see you then, everybody. Bye.